A good set of plans is everything when building a great house. But how do you get there? Welcome to the next episode of the Build Your Home Like a Pro video series. Today we're going to talk about architectural plans and floor plans. So before we get into the meat of this, let's talk about two pitfalls and two things we would say to really watch out for. Number one is never start designing a house until you have your lot. Because of grade, width, depth, there's so many things that go into a good design, and you need to design that house around the lot you have. Number two, always make sure you have a builder or somebody knowledgeable next to you as you're designing your house. You don't have a good grasp on cost. Now this isn't for everybody. If your budget's unlimited or you just don't really care and you want to have a bunch of builders bid it out, that's one thing. But really, without a builder there to kind of keep an eye on you, I'd be really cautious there. These are two absolute keys. Maybe they're not for everyone, but for most people out there when you're designing a house, these are pivotal. Now let's move on to the fun stuff. So really the reason behind you building a house is probably something's changed in your life. It may be because you have a growing family with more kids. It may be because you're moving down. Whatever the reason is, remember your why. This is number one. The why is so important because it is the reason and the catalyst behind you building this house, and we want you to never lose sight of it. So always go back to it. Even when you're done with your plans, go back and make sure you're revisiting that why of why you're designing this house. Number two, understand your first floor and what rooms are absolutely necessary on your first floor. This is really key because this is the cost driver of your house. The wider, the deeper, the bigger that first floor of your house, it tends to get more expensive. Your first floor square footage is the most expensive square footage as opposed to the second floor, which is the second most, and the basement, which is the least expensive square footage. Again, we're talking about generalities. There can always be exceptions in this, but this is really key. Number three, what I would definitely do is log on to Houzz, Pinterest, or even create some Google Drive folders and actually download some photos that are key to your exterior, your great room, your kitchen, all of these specific areas, so you can start getting what's in your mind down on photos or paper, because that will really help your builder, your designer, your architect understand what's in your mind. It just helps everything really come together. So that's a really big one right there. Now, an easy way to accomplish all of these items is really to grab your spouse or whoever else is making the decision with you. Grab a glass of wine, maybe a glass of bourbon, whatever you're into, and grab and download our Oyler Hines New Home Guide. It will walk you through step by step each of the items that go into your house and really allows you to think through those. And that really is all this is about. It's not necessarily having all the solutions, it's more so thinking through it so when you actually sit down with the architect, you're prepared. So to do that, at the end of this video, there'll be a link for you to download it. Go to that link, download it, and get started. Have fun and happy designing. Good luck out there.